Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to an SP Patrons video today that I'm making for Gil it's a track from an act named JC titled Just Say Goodbye, if that's translated via DeepL. And if we switch over to here, my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, is that it says something along the lines of this is an up-and-coming artist, but I'm seeing the 130 million plays here, and I'm slowly assuming that may not be the case. So we may be bamboozled, but we're going to listen through this track from start to finish. I'm going to hear what you think. Let's go. Apparently there are lyrics as well. Oh, she got a sensational voice. Oh, we're starting again? Okay. Thanks, YouTube. She got an amazing voice, eh? Great pipes, and just that smokiness to the vocal tone is absolutely sensational. A little bit of vibrato there, charming, dude. Great accompaniment to the piano and vice versa. Interesting bass tone. Not sure if I'm a massive fan of it. It's a little bit too round. I think the bass tone is a little bit too round for me, a little bit too MIDI. Is there something weird going on with the way this has been produced? Because it's sounding kind of like it's been heavily compressed and there's a lot of like breathiness to the overall mix. Almost like the reverb has been captured throughout the entire master bus and kind of reiterated through various levels of compression. Okay, interesting use of bass there. I like the way it fills in there. We don't need drums at all. They can leave the space there. Is that the same drum kit or is it a different drum kit? I'm not sure if it's the same. Well, it was just an interesting 16th note groove, so I kind of dig that. Okay, interesting role with those tom fills, man. They're sensational. They're sensational, dude. Like, I loved the ghost notes and like the dynamic range of that, you know, the soft little parts and how we kind of accented the next bar in. Great, I mean, yeah, again, how everything sort of fluctuates in the perceived loudness there. It's really colorful and articulate and classy. Oh, I thought we were going to have a piano solo for the interlude section, I suppose. Hang on, I just got to sort something really quickly. So I've just realized that my green screen has been playing up this entire time, so that's fun. It's always fun when your green screen isn't behaving itself. That's basically code for me not having checked it before I did the review, so that's my bad. Charming.
我们忽而间说散就散。
You're gonna kind of like jazzy R&B soloist to the performance from a vocalist who's clearly very confident and competent. And yeah, that is a deep bass they've got going on there. Because this is the conclusion of my review of this track, JC, Just Say Goodbye. What do I think this track is about? I don't know, man. I don't have translations of the lyrics, but if I was to basically sort of gauge it on my experience listening to this track, hearing the woman's tone of voice, I think it's about her maybe loving someone and just realizing that, you know, things aren't going to work out in the end. That isn't a positive, happy ending for anyone involved. It's very sad, you know. I think this is one of those situations where when you're with someone and you've got to let them go and they just want it to be as painless as possible. That's my take on what this track is about, given her vocal performance, which by the way was absolutely stunning. She's got great voice, great head, chest voice, nice technique. Lots of little legato and vibrato flourishes and stuff like that. Lots to appreciate and enjoy there. Got no real complaints about it whatsoever. We have someone who's clearly competent and capable of pulling things off the way they need to. You know, great effort. Great effort on the part of JC here. I'm only calling her JC because this is what the name of it is, JC. I'm assuming that's gonna be right. You know, still 130 million plays ain't anything to sneeze at, you know. Even if that was 5 years ago. Yeah, what else do I think about it? I think that if you've got a sensational vocalist who sings in a way that's very soulful and tuneful and has little harmony, it harmonizes really well with the rest of the elements of the mix, you've basically just got the motif there, which honestly, as I see it, is utterly appropriate for the idea of saying goodbye, you know. It's got that kind of jazzy, kind of emotionally complex sound to it, you know, the tones there, timbres. You've really got someone who goes, you know, yo, I'm having to sort of say goodbye to someone, but I don't want it to seem like it's something positive, and I also don't want to understate the intensity of the decision I'm making, nor how it affects me, the complexity of it. So you've got, again, these guitars. Were there guitars, actually? No, there was like piano and there was like sort of strings and other things and bass and drums and stuff like that. And that's all you really needed there. You know, you just had those flourishes there, those so bohemian fusions there, alongside a singer who could really belt it out when she needed to, and that was great. You know, you had like a AABA structure to the chorus section that resolved really nicely with a little plonk, and you know, it sounded great. Got no real complaints about it. I don't really know what we could have done differently to sort of elevate the composition or improve it. It's one of those things where effectively, the drums were absolutely sensational. There were so many different fills and everything like that. There was a lot of compression on those drums though, man. It sounded like the entire mix was breathing, and I'm wondering if that's simply because this track has been downloaded and uploaded several times, and there's been artificial compression that's been placed on these different elements of the mix. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation. It's a tricky thing. But, you know, with the situation with JC, I really just think that they've nailed that aesthetic there, that saying goodbye aesthetic with those seventh extensions there. The bass line was nice and explorative and kind of all over the place in the sense that it wandered. It was a wandering kind of bass line without the 1, 2, 3, 4 groove there, which I appreciate. They kept it sort of, again, they're kind of tuneful and kind of classy and chic without making it cheesy, which was pretty dope. And clearly the musicians who are accompanying JC in this could play. You know, it was a great chemistry between the members involved, you know. Everything's kind of fell into place and people balanced out their intensities of their playing with others, and never felt like it was an ego project from anyone involved. It was great to listen to. Really great to listen to. It sounded like a live performance as well. I can only assume they recorded it in the same room. If they didn't, they did a fantastic job of stitching that together in post, but it sounds like they were recording in the same room, and yeah, that's kind of nice, sort of warmish, kind of smooth sound to it, which I really appreciate. So yeah, great work on that. And in fact, that just kind of leads on to the production, the recording, mixing and mastering, which was fantastic. It sounded like it was recorded through an analog disc, had like kind of warmth to it, you know. The vocals were recorded pristinely. So were the rest of the instruments, you know, nice EQing and filtering and a little bit of reverb in there. Lots of reverb, actually. Again, I think this track has been downloaded and uploaded a few times because it sounds like there's like some artificial compression in there that can come from that sort of stuff, which is a shame. I'm only saying that because I don't know if the original version would have sounded like this. That's a very aggressive kind of gated reverb they had on a lot of those parts. If that was the case, it'd be a shame if that was, because sometimes it'd be better to have the organic raw components left as they are without over filtering or over burning it, you know. You don't want to over egg it. But you know, given in the instance where like it's not like how the original was supposed to sound because of re-uploading and stuff like that and the fragmentation there, I can still tell that the instruments were reasonably well compressed outside of the excessive amount of it in the master bus, and that's why I think there has been a little bit of that kind of degradation there. Everything had a place in the stereo field and it was nice and pleasant to listen to. The song surrounded you. There were a little bit of resonance in the bass guitar or like the double bass or whatever that was. I didn't necessarily enjoy the sound of the bass in this mix. I think it was a little bit too round for my tastes, but I know people who like a more mellow sort of bass sound, and that'll suit their tastes incredibly well. It's purely subjective. And the overall limiting compression, disregarding again any audio degradation from multiple uploads and downloads, it was good. We've got no real complaints about it. I think that they're on the right track with this, and I wish JC the best of luck in future. Again, I've been told that they're a little known artist, so I don't know if that is the case. Maybe people can fill me in. But that is effectively my SP Patrons video today for JC, or Just Say Goodbye. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go and show some love to these various musicians and their various social medias, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as either how more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. Well, and I'll catch you in the next SP Patrons video. Spider hands up.